Good afternoon. I am the general manager and founder of Tire Renew Recycling. We are a registered hauler with the Ontario Tire Stewardship Program. As a hauler, what we do is we collect tires from dealerships, garages, scrapyards, used tire shops. We'll do residential pickups, essentially anywhere used tires that are unwanted are generated. And as a registered hauler, we are paid a transportation incentive to bring these tires to a processor. A processor basically is a recycling center. We'll take the tires and cut them into shred, or a finer shred called chrome rubber, and basically start the recycling process. Now, once that process begins, basically you can turn the chrome rubber and mix it into asphalt pavement. Road engineers will use it for some of their applications. You can mix it into roofing materials. They have shock absorbing type properties, so the possibilities for an end use for tires are pretty much endless. One of the end uses that the Ontario Tire Stewardship Program promotes is reuse. They look to promote what's called the R3s. The R3s reduce, reuse, and recycle. As far as the reuse, you can basically salvage some of the tires that still have some tread life remaining, and maybe not reuse them for the markets here because we need to have a little more grip on our tires here in Canada because of the seasonal factors, winters, etc. But maybe for other markets. South America is a big market for used tires. South Florida is another big one. Southern USA, I should say, rather, or the Caribbeans. Now, California, down in the US, obviously the US would be the best option where to send your tires if you're going to export. California would be the leading consumer of used tires. The next one would be South Florida. Now, based off of that, I set up a wholesale operation in South Florida called Hendrick Tires, where we bring containers of tires into our warehouse and we supply the local tire shops. Now, that's in a nutshell what it is that we do. Now, I was asked by the OCLF to come and talk at this event, and at first I said yes. I jumped on it. I wanted to show my gratitude for their help in me putting together my business, and I said yes, but then I realized I don't really have the gift of gab like this gentleman does. Probably wasn't the best idea, but then I thought about it and really said to myself, you know what, this experience is just, I need to find the words to find a way to share it with people, because really it's been an adventure. That's the best way I could describe it. I can tell you that since we started to operate as of September 1st, 2009, we're now the 4th largest exporter of used tires out of Ontario. Again, not only did I feel as though I don't have his talents, but I asked myself, how credible could I be? Realistically speaking, I'm a rookie at this. I'm a rookie business person. How much experience can I give? How much perspective can I give to people? I'm not going to write a business book anytime soon. I don't have Donald Trump's track record. But I did read Donald Trump's book, The Art of the Deal, and I realized, having gone through starting a business myself, that we have a lot of the same qualities. We're absolutely fearless when we set our eyes on a target. We don't back down when things get difficult. We work harder. Things get challenging, that's when we elevate our game. And I'll tell you what, I was in South Florida on business for the last couple of weeks, and I returned on Sunday. I would have returned on Monday for this event, but I had to return on Sunday because the CDC had found out that I was going to speak at this event, and they asked me to come for an interview on the radio station yesterday morning. And the lady had asked me a question. She asked, she was trying to segue into the fears of starting a business, and she wanted me to agree with her that yes, there's something to be afraid of, and I couldn't. There was flat out nothing to be afraid of. I had to contradict her in the air, and I had to be true to myself because I had nothing to be nervous about. Because truly I felt as though I was as prepared as I possibly could have been. And anytime that's the case, and you really believe in what it is that you're doing, there's absolutely nothing to be afraid of. There are going to be challenges. Donald Trump has challenges. The OCLF as an organization, I'm sure, has challenges. I'm not sure where you are. These guys, I can assure you, have challenges. We're all talking in the back, and one thing that we all have in common is, despite all the challenges, we're having the time of our lives with this. Because again, it's nothing but an adventure. Again, starting from a program that works with the government and now being able to supply local tire shops and moving the volume that we're moving, I can assure you between those 2 points, there's all types of things that you're going to experience. Now, I think one of the things I wanted to speak on is, as far as the fear aspect, is fear of failure. And I'm going to offer my perspective on that. I simply feel as though you put your 100%, your maximum into something, the word fear doesn't even apply. Suppose you set out targets or goals of $1 million, let's say, in your first year. And I can assure you, by the way, anybody who has targets of $1 million for the first year, you're not going to hit it. If you hit those numbers, I'm probably going to figure out what business you're in. I'm going to try to do the same thing. But in my business, the targets looked wonderful at the beginning, the possibilities looked endless, but we didn't hit those. Going back to what I was saying, suppose your target is $1 million and you hit $750,000. Did you fail? If you call that a failure, I'll take that failure any day, give it to me. If you hit, suppose $500,000, let's say, did you fail? Most of you will say the answer is no. Suppose you break even, is that a failure? I think as long as the constant remains, you put your 100% into what it is that you're doing, no matter what the result is, it's not a failure. The word just doesn't apply. Now,